Why is bridge building important for Rook Endgames? Imagine trying to cross a river with no bridge. You might get stuck or have to go a long way around. In Rook Endgames, building a bridge works the same way. It helps you move your rook into a safe position to promote your pawn. When you have an extra pawn and your opponent has a rook, the game often comes down to who can safely get that pawn to the last rank. The defending rook will try to check your king and stop your pawn. Your goal is to get your king close enough to support the pawn while avoiding checks. This is where bridge building becomes essential. It involves using your rook to block or interpose against your opponent's rook checks. Think of it like creating a shield that stops the enemy rook from delivering checks along the ranks or files. This shield allows your king to advance without fear of being checked away. Once the rook is in position, your king can move closer to the pawn, helping it to promote. The classic example of this is the Lucina position. In this setup, your king is right in front of the pawn on the 7th rank. Your rook moves to a square that blocks the opponent's rook checks, creating a bridge. This move ensures your pawn can safely reach the last rank and become a queen. Without building this bridge, your opponent's rook can keep checking you endlessly, preventing your king from supporting the pawn. This often results in a draw. Knowing how to build this bridge can turn a tricky Rook endgame into a winning one. To do this effectively, you need to drive your opponent's king away from the queening square. Then, position your king in front of your pawn to support its push. Use your rook to interpose on key squares, creating that bridge. Once the bridge is established, you can push your pawn forward safely and promote it. Rook endgames happen very often and can be quite complex. Mastering bridge building helps you neutralize your opponent's checks and makes it easier to promote your pawn. It turns a position that looks like a stalemate into a clear win. So, in Rook endgames, building a bridge is a vital technique. It helps you control checks, support your pawn, and ultimately secure victory.